Hello guys, welcome to the Beyond Sky channel. Today we're going to learn how to composite a shot in NUKE, and the plus thing is linked to all files provided in description. All the copyright and ownership for these files goes to the respective owners. So without wasting any time, let's start. So, we will start merging with beauty passes. We will start with the diffuse pass, but before that, let's set our project settings. Then, merge diffuse direct with diffuse color, and we also organize the script, so it's easy to understand what's going on. Set merge operation to plus, also merge diffuse indirect with plus operation. Same for the glossy color with plus operation. Also merge glossy direct and glossy indirect with plus operation. Also, keep organizing the script. And now, we will merge ambient occlusion. But remember this time we're going to use multiply operation, because we want to remove the white. And now we will merge emission pass with plus operation. As we can see, this doesn't looks right. That is because we forgot to change the operation to plus. Now it looks perfect. Make sure every operation is correct. Now we will start color correcting every passes. This is not necessary to go after each passes for color correction. I'm doing this because I want to make it look more contrast and saturated. Take color correction node by pressing C, go to ranges and premult by RGBA.
Reason for doing this is because we don't want any edge artifacts, so unpremult and premult method helps to protect and maintain the edge quality. Now you can start color correction safely. So I'm going to skip this whole process because it's all similar. You can color correct it as per your need. Okay, so I'm done. Now we are going to tweak the emission pass. So the emission pass looks better but not like what we want, so we're going to add some glows to it. I'm going to use BM optical glow. It gives nice amount exponential glow. I have given this in project files. Increase the size, as well as gamma. You can increase saturation a bit also. Now we're going to add glint node. It works kinda directional blur but it's different. You can also create a basic lens flare with this. Set rotation to 90 degree, length to around 120 to 140. Increase steps in between 30 to 40, increase aspect ratio, and decrease tolerance and decrease gamma to desaturate. Okay, this looks nice, but still I don't have much control, so what I'm gonna do is I will merge it from the outside to this stream with plus operation. And enable effect only, so you will get only data what the glint node is creating. Now add blur node. Increase just a bit, so we can avoid this sharpen edge. Fine, now I'm going to add one more glow node to the stream. Now it looks much better. Now, personally I don't like the ship color, so I'm going to change it. Before that, I'm adding unpremult, and color correcting again. And now let's add hue correct node. Change color by tweaking hue rotation, you can pick your favorite. If you want you can also play with other settings, as per my need I'm turning it little dark and desaturated. Done. Don't forget to add premult. I'm going back to the color correction node to make some changes. Oh shit, I forgot to save. Now it's time for the background plate. So first thing we're gonna do is tracking for adding the sky. So, let's add tracker node. Find a good point near sky, and add track point. Also maintain the search area, so tracker can track it perfectly. Let's hit the track forward. Need to add another track point and track. Okay, this one is also fine. Now let's add another point and track. Okay, so here we got a problem. Our tracker is not able to figure out how to track ahead. But we got solution for this. Now what we gonna do is, hold the tracker, and hold Control, and move the tracker to a similar parallax reference, and hit track forward. This method allows us to track a point, which we can't even see. As you can see, it's going exactly in the same direction. Now all of our tracker points are working well, so what we need to do is, select 3 of the trackers, enable translation, rotation and scale on 3 of them. And in the export, select Transform Match Move Baked, and then hit Create. So here we got our tracking data successfully. Now let's import sky images. I'm going to start with this one first. Let's add reformat to it first. And then we add our match move data. Let's merge this. And yes, don't forget, this time we're going to use under operation, so what it does, is, it puts A connection in the background instead of B. Let's merge our livation plate. And use under operation same as before. Need to organize the script a bit. Okay, so, add transform after the match move data. Now fit this to the screen. I have also added the mirror node to flip it horizontally. Also rotate it to match camera angle. Okay, it's fine. Now you can see, we're getting a problem here on the edge. It is because of the glint affecting our alpha. Go to the glint node, and change channels from all, to only RGB. And now it's perfect. Let's come back, and it's time for the second sky image. Don't forget to add reformat. Then, copy-paste the mirror, and match move data. And same as before, add transform and make it fit to the screen. Let's merge this with under operation. But we're not able to see the sky. We will fix it later, and now it's time for the creative work. Add volume raise node. This node is very amazing to create volumetric light. This works with the luminance. So, if there's black then it's not going to create light, but if there's high value of luminance then it will create good amount of light. So, I'm going to make it more contrast and brighten, so we get perfect light rays. You can increase the ray length here. And also, you can increase the quality here. Now let's merge this. And turn down the mix. Now it's time for the smoke reactors, but if you see it looks no need to worry, just go the read node, and check pre-multiply. Let's merge this. Okay, so this is because of we forgot to add reformat. So do that first. Now, add unpremult, grade, and premult node. Adjust the gain and multiply, and click on this color wheel by holding Ctrl. First of all, increase the temperature, because we're going to create very sunny look. Also tweak the magenta and intensity. Then come back to our main footage. And we're going to do grade. I'm going to make this little dark. And if you see, we're facing the fringe edge problems. Simply just go to the read node, and enable pre-multiplied and raw data. Now it's sorted. Let's come back to our grade and make it dark. I'm also using color correction node. I'm giving it more side of temperature, because it's sunny. Now as I said before, now we will fix the sky merges. So go to the sky 1 merge, and decrease the mix. Also go to the sky 2 merge, and decrease the mix. The volume light doesn't seems me right, so I will shift the merge after the spaceship. Increasing ray length, and then increasing pre-ray blur, so it blurs the edges if you can see. Let's arrange all the stuff first. Now go to smoke reactors color grade. I'm adjusting this to make it look little dark. Now, after the emission merge node, add histogram. Histogram works like levels in After Effects. This tool allows us to create hazy, offset effect, which helps to match the environment. I'm adjusting this until the haziness doesn't matches with the background. Play with output range slider. It affects out whole frame, so what we need to do is, premult by our GBA and histogram. It's been goddamn 10 minutes, man. Let's take a break. Good. Now let's go to the sky too. Add saturation node. And desaturate it. Okay, this looks much better. Add light wrap node, after the histogram. All the gizmos which I used, have provided with project files. I'm connecting BG pipe to the volumetric lights. So what light wrap does is, it picks the colors of the background layer, and draws on foreground layer's edges to make it look it's interacted perfectly, for example this image. How the background light is overlapping on the foreground subject, by picking luminance value. Increase the brightness, increase the gamma, and, also increase the saturation. I think I need to decrease gamma, and brightness also, and yeah especially, increase the size. Now let's merge volume rays to the mainstream. It looks too lighten up. Go to merge properties, and adjust the mix as per need. Organize time. Let's get back to the volume rays. If you play this, rays will look very steady, so we're going to animate the volume position. Right click on this curve icon, and set key. Now animate volume point. And you can adjust parameters as per need if you want. Add crop node so our NUKE can work more better. Go back to our smoke reactors, add grade, and I'm correcting it a little bit more. Now if you notice, the brightness on this frame, and, on this frame, looks different. Now the smoke doesn't seems pretty good. So add key on gamma, offset, and, on gain. And change the value after going to the frame that looks different. Okay, now it's perfect. Now merge volume rays and smoke reactors separately. And then, take one more merge, and, merge it to the mainstream before first sky. Change the merge operation to multiply. Now add grain between two merges, and increase gain and multiply. I'm going to animate the opacity, so add set key on mix. And add lower value at the beginning and full value at the middle. So you guys must be questioning yourself why we did this? So, the reason was to get light interaction in the smoke, so after blending smoke and volume together, we got the light passing reaction, and it looks great. Changing the direction of volume rays. Now I've got this dust stock footage from Action VFX. It's free, you don't need to worry. Add reformat. I don't want that ground edge, so I will create a mask. Let's create a mask quickly. Premult by RGBA, then select mask operation and merge. Go to Roto, shape and select invert. Add blur after Roto, and blur a little bit. Merge the dust with volume rays and operation to multiply. Add grade to the dust and make it little dark. Merge it to the mainstream. It's not much visible, so I will grade here, and we'll make it brighten. Add transform and rotate it to match the ground orientation. Let's get back to our tracker node. Add a tracker to the ground surface. And track forward and backward. Done. Now enable 3 of them, and create match move data. But it's not visible. After lot of hours and lot amount of research, the reason was, it was on first frame. Okay, so, adjust position and scale how you want it to be. Go to merge and decrease mix. Add saturation after grade, and desaturate it, until it matches the other smokes around it. Now on our live action plate, add light wrap. Connect BG to Sky 2. Increase brightness at full, also gamma, decrease the saturation. Increase size up to 200. Take constant. Add transform. Pick the average color with this eyedropper. Hold Ctrl Shift, and drag. Merge constant to mainstream. Take roto, merge with constant by mask operation. And add blur after the roto. Create a basic shape, and maximize the blur value.
Go the merge, and decrease opacity. Add grade after reformat. Increase gain. And hold Ctrl. Click on this color wheel, increase intensity, and decrease temperature. Select roto shape, and make basic position animation. I will move this transform after the merge, so it will work. By the way, press Ctrl plus down or up to quickly move the node. Now, I want to create a fake depth of field to this shot, so take blur node. Set up to 5 pixels. Take roto node, create shape where you want the depth of field. And connect blur mask to roto. Add blur after roto. And increase blur value. Now if you see, it's not exactly how it should, but at least we got that. I'm going to add the blur on sky also. Add little more value than we added previously. I think I need to decrease the blur, it's overvalued. Going back to histogram, making it more hazy. You can do this with grade also by increasing offset. This glow doesn't works pretty well in here, so I'm going to use another one. Increase intensity. Drag the range bar to left slowly. Parameters are simple, so you can explore that by yourself. Okay. Now if you want to, you can turn down opacity by add multiply node. Now it's time for the god of VFX, Andrew Kramer's amazing plugin, Optical Flares. You can purchase this on the official website of Video Copilot. Now first of all we're going to Options, where we'll select our lens flare. Go to Preset Browser, and go to every folder and check all lenses which suits your shot. I'm selecting FDA, scroll down, select any of lens texture for temporary. Increase the illumination radius, and brightness. Now select lens texture which you like. Merging flare. Going back to options. And disabling the glow. Because it's all ready to brighten, and we just want the anamorphic lens. Increase the brightness and scale. Open options. I was searching for good texture. And the smudgy works best for me. Okay, this looks good. Now going to volume raise again, adding grade node and saturation node. It's way too much vibrant for me, so I'm desaturating. And decreasing the gain. So, now we'll move to post-processing, starting with grade. I'm making it little contrast. Also adding color correction so I get more controls. Okay, so coming back to our optical flare. we have to animate our lens position similar to sun source. So, go to first frame and add key on position XY, then jump to average frames, and adjust position. Go to flare merge, turn down mix. Add saturation, and desaturate it. So, to make this look more real, or better, we will add grain. For grain I'm using NUKE's default tool. Reduce the size of RGB grain, decreasing the red more. Decrease intensity to the value just for taste. If you're getting confused at what channel to the grain is going, then you can go to individual channels, and see which channel has more, or less grain, and edit the grain. Now we will add chromatic aberration. I have given this gizmo in project files. This tool gives RGB lens distortion, which is great to give a final touch up to the shot. For more visibility, increase red to plus value, and blue to the negative. You can also blur the channels, but in my case, I'm not using it. And hell yeah, again after lots of hours and lots of research, I was wondering why the fringe edges are coming, and later, all you need to do is just copy the alpha. You can connect a pipe to the pass which have correct alpha value. But still nothing happened. Because, we have to connect before emission merge. And adding pre-mult. One more problem was, our glow was getting cut. So it was because of, we enabled pre-mult and histogram, so what we need to do is, simply just keep histogram before emission merge. So, now it works. Let's come back, add log to lin node, select lin to log. Then add sharpen node, take log to lin node again. So now who don't know why we did this long process, it's because, we can avoid the black artifacts on the edges. For example, disable this to node, and see how the edges will react. You can see how much it gets messed, when we don't do log to lin process. So, adjust sharpen size and minimum as per your need. Then I'm adding heat wave, to create heat wave distortion climate. Now reduce blur size. But before generating heat wave, we will render one frame. Okay, so let's plug this heat to this frame. Now decrease detail size, base size and global distortion. We're getting an edge problem here. This is because of this node is distorting out whole frame. So simply, you can just check this fill frame edges. Now it's gone. I can't guide through all of these parameters, so please you have to check it by yourself. Now I edited the heat wave correctly, so, now I'm going to plug that here. So it's time for the camera shake. Again I will plug here, temporarily. Right now, it looks over. Add amplitude up to 5, and frequency up to 1. Now this seems me correct. So, I will plug this here, before our lens flare. Because we don't want lens texture to be shaken. Now I will add LUT. I don't recommend this to use in all comps, especially if you're working for somebody, and unless they want you to add LUT. I will give some of the LUTs as well. So, guys, this was the final step. And this is how it looks. Now, open the NUKE, and create a badass composition, and yes, one more thing, don't miss to send me your final composition. I'm really excited to see what you come up with. Now just go get out of here, and smash the nuke.